This video, we talk about Orks, the Marauders, out of Deadzone Outbreak. Alright, let's do it. Let's talk about the dirty Marauders. Here we go, the Marauder Warlord. He is a beast. Look at him. Cool model. I don't know if you could still get this model. I'm not sure. I have it from the Warpath, the original Warpath. And he's a big hunk of metal. But he's very cool. Moves on a 1-2, no armor, size 2, 5. Fights on a 3 with a 4+ save. Tack 1. He is tough. Look at him. Of course he's tough. And Frenzy 1. He's got a range 4, weight of fire 1, heavy pistol. His claw, the big claw, is AP 1. Alright, so the Green Raid. Spend an army special result on command dice to give Frenzy 4 to a model for the rest of the round. Spend this dice before taking any fight test. If the model has Frenzy, the higher of the two values is used. So I don't know if any of the Marauders has the ability to get more than a Frenzy 4, so you're probably going to use this. His recon is a 5+. He's changed. He is now 3 VP. So he's 26.3 VP. Solid. He's a good leader. I like him a lot. But he's attack 1, not too bad. Let's move to everybody's favorite and the most hated, the Commando Captain. Moves on a 1-2, no armor, size 1. He's got a pistol, just a pistol, range 3. His stats are abysmal. 6, 6, and 4. 4 is not bad, but the other two are really bad. He's attack 2. He has combat team training, a new rule. Let's go over what that is. Combat team training, as long as a model with this ability remains in the game, their strike team may reroll command dice, even if it has lost more than 50% of its models. So, this is a new rule. Pretty cool. So, as long as the Commando Captain's alive, let's say there's 2 models left. He's one of them. You could reroll your command dice. Pretty cool. Tactical Genius is still the same. Basically, you can use one of your splats to immediately use and discard one of your opponent's move, shoot, or fight command dice results. I can't tell you, I've been on the receiving of the end of this, and I've given it, and it is dirty. It is dirty. Dirty. He's got a recon of 4+. He's been increased in points. 28 points, 3 VPs. Definitely worth it. You hide this guy. You don't put him out in front. You can't. You can't. Just let him stay out there, but with a 4-up save is not bad. You can throw maybe a shield or something on him to make him a little bit more hardy so he survives. Alright, so the Commando Sergeant. Now we got issues with this guy. Let's go over it. Moves on a 1-2. No armor, size 1. Got a range 3 pistol. His stats are 5, 4, 4. Respectable. Tack 1. By the numbers, you may spend an army special result on your command dice to reroll any normal test made by a model with the Commando in their type name. So if you have a Commando, you can reroll any normal test with this. So you can reroll fights, you can reroll shoots, you can reroll survives. So that is a really good splat if you're taking lots of Commandos. He's got a recon of a 4+. He has 2 VPs now, from 18 points and 2 VPs. The thing is he's nice and cheap. So if you're looking at the other guys, 28, points like that, he's cheaper. But since the other 2 guys are so good, I don't know. So if you've ever used a Commando Sergeant, let me know below. Tell me what you think. But if you're going to take him, it just makes it advantageous. You got to take a bunch of Commandos with it. Okay, so let's move on to the troops. They're Marauder Commandos. They are solid, man. Move on a 1-2. Size 1, 5, 5, 4. They got a range 6 rapid fire rifle. And they're 12 points, 1 VP. These guys are solid, man. They are great. They really are. Shoot on 5. Survive on 4s. No armor, but they're only 12 points. 1 victory point. Man, you take a bunch of these. They're really good. Can't say enough. Love these guys. The Grogan Auxiliary. Brand new entry into the Marauders. Move on a 1-2. 0 armor. Size 1. Shoot of 6. Fight of 5. Survive of 4. So 6, 5, 4. They get a heavy pistol, which is range 4, weight of fire 1. And basically at 10 points, 1 victory point. This is your cannon fodder. They're okay. They're okay. You want to take a bunch of these, you could take 10 of them for 100 points. They're only 1 victory point apiece. They shoot on 6. Better fight stat, but they're very survivable, very hardy. They'll stick around. And, a 6-up fight, 6-up shoot is that's tough, man. But you got to weight of fire 1, so that's a little savings grace there. These guys are the guys that you'll take if you want to take a lot of specialists. You know what I mean? The only problem is that the commandos, in my opinion, are one of the best troops in the game as far as points wise, and they're reliable. So, well, that's a toss-up, guys. But new unit, try them out. Let me know what happens. Okay, let's talk more beasts. Oh man, these are great, man. They are so good. Move on to 2 to 3. No armor, size 1. No shoot stat, but they fight on a 4s, and survive on a 5. They used to fight on 3s, but you know that was changed to 4s. They are beasts. Now the chainmaw, okay? Look at the model, man. He's got a metal teeth with a chainsaw in it. AP 1, 12 points, 1 victory point. I got nothing bad to say about them. The Maw beasts are fantastic, right? If you want to take, I mean, I know the commandos are good. Goran auxiliary is not too bad, but Maw beasts, they're just awesome. 12 points, 1 victory point, worth every single penny. Let's go. We're moving on to the specialist, the commando specialist. 1 to 2, same thing. 5, 5, 4, same as before. 12 points, 1 victory point. But this, you could take some small arms, light automatic assault. Right. So this is the guy you give some special guns to. Some things with AP, maybe a flamer, things like that. This guy pictured here, he's got a flamer. So you have access to some really cool weapons. We will go through the weapons when we get to that section. But 12 points, 1 victory point. The Goblin Sniper, Georgie himself. Here he is, man. People love these guys. People hate these guys. So let's go over their stats. Moves on a 1 to 2, no armor, size 1. 5, 7, 6. So they're not hardy, man. 6.6 plus on the survive. They do shoot on a 5 plus. They are armed with a range 8 AP 1 heavy sniper scope. The heavy rifle. So it's a sniper rifle. They are 14 points with 2 victory points. All right. In my experience with these guys, they do work. They do some really good stuff. Problem is with a 6-up survive, 2 victory points, they're going to go. So you got to get them working real quick. They got to get in there. They got to get shooting just to, you know, to get some work done. They do die in droves, though. They do. But, you know, for 14 points, getting a AP1 in your army, that's okay. That's pretty good. So, in my suggestion, take 2. Take 1. Don't take 5 or 6 of them. It's just not going to work. It just doesn't work because they hardly ever survive. But, you know, a solid unit. The Goran Saboteur moves on a 1 to 2, no armor, size 1. So, same thing as before. 6, 5, 4. They do have scout, okay? So that's a plus to them. The heavy pistol is range 4, weight of fire 1. They have a Harunka, which is a big knife. Range F, frenzy 1. They come stock with 1 stun grenade, range 3. So that's pretty cool. They're 17 points, 2 victory points. These guys are kind of a one-trick pony. They are going to go up there. They're going to scout up. Then you're going to move them. You could throw the stun grenade. And they can shoot with their pistol, or if they get into combat with a 5-up fight in Frenzy 1, not too bad. 17 points, 2 victory points. These are new units in there coming from Warpath, moving over. They've been told, Community Pat has told me that the Koran are not the Orks. They're not the Marauders because they haven't eaten meat yet. So once they taste meat, they become full-fledged Marauders. And, you know, not bad. These guys are okay. They're okay. That's my opinion of them. They're okay. I wouldn't go crazy for them, but I wouldn't say that they're bad. They're okay. Here we go. We're getting to the heavy hitters now. The Hulk. The Hulk moves 1 to 2, armor 1, size 3, 4, 6, 4, and tough. 4-up fight, 4-up save and tough. You're going to be around for a while. All right. The Hugh Cannon. It's range 12, AP 5, heavy, weight of fire 1. So 30 points. They've gone up in price to 3 victory points. Okay. These guys are awesome. They are totally awesome. Shoot a 4 with the weight of fire 1 and the heavy Hugh Cannon. I mean, AP 5. You're killing the Iron Ancestors, Striders with the 4-up shoot. They're so good. Put a hollow sight on them. You put a hollow sight on them with weight of fire 1 and hollow sight. You're let's say you get them up. Okay, you're going to shoot at something. So level above and hollow sight with weight of fire, you're shooting at least 5 dice. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Get full model, you're going 7. You know, if you can do that. The only problem is it's heavy, so you're gonna use some stuff. But if you take the commando captain, you take, you know, the marauder captain there, and you steal somebody's move or shoot dice, that might work. All right. But they are solid, man. They're really good. Take 1, maybe 2 if you can, depending on how you're going to run things, you know, but these are your heavy firepower guys. And look at them. It's an awesome model, okay? The Ripper Rainmaker. Now, here's some stuff that's going on here. Let's look at both of them. We got the Ripper Mauler and the Ripper Rainmaker, all right? They're both the suits. One is the combat guy. The other one is the shooting guy. Let's go over the shooting guy, which is the Rainmaker. 1 to 2 movement, armor 1, size 3, okay? Shoot 5, fight of 6, 4-up save. They are solid. Thank God they are solid. Look at them. They're huge. They should be solid. Rotary cannon, which is range 5, weight of fire 1. That's going to be your main weapon right there. The Hue Beamer, okay? Range 7, AP 3, heavy. So the thing is, if you're going to shoot your Hue Beamer, you cannot move, all right? Now, some people were saying that in this book it was changed, but it was changed in the FAQ. So it's a good weapon, okay? It really is, but, you know, it should be heavy, all right? It's devastating. The frag launcher, okay? It is range 3, frag 3. So you have unlimited grenades, okay? Unbelievable. It's a beautiful thing right there. Frag 3 is good. Rocket salvo, range 8, indirect 3. It's the one use only. Reason is because a lot of guys were getting them. You put a shoot dice on them, extra shoot command dice on them, and then you are going round 1. You're hitting everybody in the deployment zone with a 5-up shoot. You got to get 2 5s. Could work, you know, could do some damage. All right. Now they've gone up to 27 points with 3 victory points. I know. I was speaking to Community Pat. He's upset about this, but I think it's fair where it is. 27 points, 3 victory points. These guys really do a lot of work. They are solid, solid with the rules solid, but they are a solid unit. I mean, they are reliable. I can't say anything bad about them. The 6-up fight is where it is. So if you get into combat with them, you might have a chance. But, you know, armor 1, size 3, with a 4-up survive. If they decide to fight you back, which they probably wouldn't, it's not going to happen because they have a 6-up fight. But it's tough. It's tough. And, you know, there's another thing. People are bringing a lot of these suits, a lot of the Rainmakers. That's okay. Bring them because they also die. You know, they're around, but they die. They die. I've seen them go down. Just like the Forge Guard. Everybody says, oh, my God, Forge Guard are so good. But they die, too. You know, you get on the wrong side of the dice, and your dice aren't that hot. Things happen. So I think they're where they have to be. 27 points, 3 victory points. Still awesome unit. The Ripper Mauler. This is of the 2, I take the least amount, but he's still a good unit. Let's see what he does. Moving on 1 to 2. Armor 1, size 3. Okay? No shoot stat. They don't shoot. They fight on 4s, and they survive on 4s. That is great. Okay? He's got tack 1, but he's also solid. Okay? He is solid. He has a Buzzsaw, which is AP 1, which Frenzy 1, and the Ram, which is range F, knockback. All right? So now you use your Buzzsaw. It's AP 1, Frenzy 1. With a 4-up fight, you're going to work, man. And they are size 3. So most of the time, I'd say a good percentage of the time, they're going to be bigger than everybody. So you're rolling an extra dice with Frenzy on a 4-up fight. It's pretty good. Go against a Kalishi, you know, AP1 won't affect them, but that's going to come in handy. It's always good to have a little AP in your list, all right? They've gone up 25 points, 3 victory points. They are still really good, okay? If you want a combat beast, this is the way it is. Now, I still don't understand. I guess the longer legs make them move 1 to 2 because the Forge Guard only move 1 to 1. But I guess because the stubby legs don't make you move. I guess these guys have figured out how to propel themselves forward with that cool, those cool mechanic legs that they have there. They're solid too. So between the two, the Rippers and the Maulers, they give you a good 1-2 punch depending on your build. Try them both out, but definitely the Rainmaker raining down fire upon them, and then the Mauler comes in and rips your face off. Love these 2 units. I can't say anything bad about them. I really do like them. Okay, moving on. This is a new unit. This was actually in an expansion. I think it was the Infestation expansion. The Skyscraper moves on a 1/3, no armor, size 1. 5/5/4 across the board. They got rapid fire and a jump pack. The jump pack is that they can move 1 to 3. They're 15 points, 2 victory points. I am not a fan of these guys because they're basically a commando with a jump pack. All right, and they're 15 points, 2 victory points. I don't know. They're just a commando that moves better. Okay, you can give them some switch out the weapons and stuff, but you don't want to run into the fact that you're going to be starting at 15 points, 2 victory points. If you put something really strong on them, which when we go over it, you'll see you don't want to increase the VPs. Not too crazy about them, myself, and the reason is because there's a lot of other specialists that are a lot better. So he gets caught in that thing where he's not, I don't think he's that great, but he's not good enough to beat, like, say, a Hulk or a Rainmaker or something like that. Now, he is a lot cheaper, but is it worth dropping 2 victory points and a specialist slot? Not too sure about that. The Moorbeast Bomber. Move 2, 3. No armor. Size 1. No shoot. 4 up fight. 5 up survive. He has the Chain More, range FAP 1. Basically, it's all the same thing. The only difference is that he has Boom 4. All right. So with Boom, you could elect to run him in and blow him up, or you can, when he dies, he's going to explode. Boom 4. Now, Boom 4 is not bad. So this is basically a Frag 4, Boom, 14-point, 1 victory point model. Now, you do blow it up, and your opponent will get that victory point. I'm not too keen on blowing up your own guys. I don't know about that. But then again, when you think about it, if you take a bunch of Moorbeast Bombers, you get them in there, and when they do die, they blow up. You get a Boom 4. The only thing is, what if you're in a cube, with one of your own guys? That guy gets affected by the Boom 4. I don't know. I don't know about these guys. I put a question mark in because I could see using them, but then again, they take up a specialist slot, and there's a lot of really good specialists in here that need to be on the board with you. So I'm going to put a pin in this and kind of hold judgment off, but I don't like blowing up my own guys. I just don't. That's just me. If you have a good strategy, let me know. Make my Deadzone game get better. All right, let's move on to the vehicles. The gun track. I love this thing. Moves 1 to 1, armor 1, size 4, 5 shoot, no fight, and a 6 survive. It's a vehicle. It can't go up it's got to go up ramps and stuff. It can't go anywhere. Basically, it's 1 hard point. We're going to go over what they get, the artillery and lance. You got a pair of goblins. The gun track is there. The one guy holding that big, the shell there, you could use him, and then you could take him off when the gun track is blown up, because when a vehicle is damaged or destroyed, when it's destroyed, it stays on the Deadzone board as a piece of terrain. So it's like a flaming carcass, smoking carcass. We put a little bit of some of the foam, the cotton, so that it looks like it's it's smoking on fire. It's 13 points, 2 victory points. You're gonna add another victory point and some more points when we go over the weapons that you can add to it. The Stunt Bot. The only problem with the Stunt Bot is this: you can't find the model. Hopefully Mantic will start releasing them again, because I love this model. In our group, one guy has one, and that's it. So they've gotten better. Let's go over this. All right. So move 1 to 2, armor 3, size 4. Hey, that's awesome. 5/5/5 across the board. Okay, so respectable. If you're 5s across the board, you're okay. Solid, beast, construct, frenzy 1. Now you have hard points. There's 3 hard points on this guy. All right, there's 3 hard points on this guy. They're 26 points, coming down to 3 victory points. We're going to go over the stuff you can give them, all right? But remember that he has Frenzy 1, and the Buzzsaw you'll see later on has Frenzy 1. So you put that together, it's Frenzy 2. So it does stack, all right? These guys are awesome. I love the model, and they're affordable. So let's move on. Okay, so one of the new things is the Harunka, which is the big knife. It's 5 points, range F, frenzy 1. Not bad, not increasing victory points. If you notice, though, a lot of the stuff that the guys have, the Marauders have, you don't really have victory points with them. So they are, you know, they're still pretty cheap. They've come up in price though. They were really undercosted. I don't care what anybody says. They were undercosted. Now they're where they should be. Some things are a little bit more, some things a little less, but I think they are where they are. They're exactly where they need to be. So let's look down here. Take the Flamer, the Hue Beamer, all this good stuff. The Buzzsaw. It's 7 points, 1 victory point, range F, AP 1, frenzy 1. That's what I was saying before. That's the thing you could put onto the stunt bot. You give him frenzy 2. Okay, you give him an auxiliary flamer for 4 points with range 2. It burns, 1 use only, and then you could take the thermal cannon. Okay, it is 3 points, range F, 8, range 4, AP 1. So it is really, really cool, man. I like it a lot. The heavy mortar, which is 12 points. It is 2 victory points, range 10, indirect 4, heavy. That you put on your gun track. And also you could put a Hue cannon on there, which is 10 points, 2 victory points, range 12, AP 5, rate of fire 1, and heavy. You know, so the vehicles can take it, which is the gun track or the Hulk. I don't like putting the Hue cannon onto stuff like that. There's, even with the mining laser, stuff like that, it's hard to get a shot, man. I know people are going to argue with this, but if Deadzone is played correctly and if your board is set up where there's lots of things like that, you're not going to get a shot off. And if you're lucky, you get 1, 2 the most. It's hard to do because they can't move and it's going to be heavy and you're going to have to put a command dice on it if you really want to do something. So, but if you're going to do anything, the heavy mortar does work, man. Does work. Okay, indirect 4, heavy. Love it. All right, so your items, ammo, AP ammo, frag grenades, holo sight, put that on your Hulks. It's rare. You get 2 in a 200-point game. The medipack, smoke grenades are always good, especially for these guys. That's, you know, we're loving it. So now, here we go. This is the thing a lot of people like. Here's everything you need to know. What's the HMG? What's the Hue Beamer? Rifle, pistol, buzzsaw, the heavy rifle, which is the sniper rifle, the rotary cannon, of course the Hue cannon with the Hulk, or it's a Hue Beamer. Okay, so this is the Hue cannon, this is the Hue Beamer, this is AP 5, this is AP 3. Here's the boys just getting into it right there. All right, let's go down here. Frag launchers. Okay, ram, thermal cannon, ripper talons, claws, heavy mortar. I love the heavy mortar. I love the way it looks. I like to use it in the game. And then the chain war, the good old War Beast, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Marauders. They are really still good. I don't care what anybody says. Some people are saying that they're OP, too many suits, they do this. Listen, the Marauders do work, all right? They are a great faction. They're still good. With all the so-called nerfs, I'm doing air quotes, nerfs, they are solid. They really are a solid unit. They're a lot of fun to play, and they're a little different than every other faction. I do like them. I think that, you know, if you want to have some fun, or, you know, they're really like a very satisfying faction to play. What I also like about the lore of them is, you know, they're not the stupid orcs that every other sci-fi or fantasy goes into. These guys are very calculating. These guys are very smart. They're businessmen, and they get the job done. And if you listen to some of, if you've read anything, or if you listen to some of the audio dramas that the Deadzone the podcast has put out, there's a great one. I think it's business only. It's you know, it's nothing personal. It's just business. And the commander, the captain of the ship and the leader is very eloquent, knows what he's doing. If you look into their lore in the source book, the Warpath source book, you'll see that these guys are no joke, man. And I really like it, and I like the fact that they're not these stupid orcs, the stereotypical stupid orcs. Calculating, genius, military geniuses, and I love them. I think they're great. Thanks a lot for listening. I really appreciate it. I love bringing these to you. If you haven't caught some of the other Deadzone Outbreak videos, we got them up above. Just hit one of the videos that pop up, or if you want, go to the card and it'll take you right to it. Once again, thank you very much. If this is your first time here, do me a favor, please subscribe. We've got a lot of good Deadzone stuff coming out, a lot of hobby videos, battle reports and whatnot. It's all about miniature wargaming here, and we love it. So we'd love you to be part of the family. So once again, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.